Simple or complex? What's the best way to do your training? The most difficult thing in start your train is not doing things wrong. Is that sometimes you overcomplicated things in such a way that is hard to even start doing it. So what we need to keep in mind is this. We need to understand how our minds work. The more complex something is, the harder it is for you to get started. I saw that many times in martial arts training. To execute certain movements, certain moves with perfection, certain kicks, it's very hard. And sometimes it takes years. But to do other things is not as hard as these things that I'm talking to you right now. So, what you need to do is to keep things simple so you are going to do what you have to do to keep yourself moving. And with time, you are going to evolve. As long as you evolve, then you will be able to handle complex training. Because think about that. People struggle with what? They struggle. For example, someone who trains for 10 years and do a lot of complex things, difficult things, he or she struggles to do what he used to do, or the person who struggle is someone who is trying to start now. The one who struggle is the one who is trying to start now. So we need to have simple things in our side, simple stuff, simple way to train in our side. We need to have a strategy always to simplify things. For example, last week I was injured in my hips and I had to avoid to do a lot of movement. But what I did, I simplified the training and I was able to train. I went to cycle, running, instead of doing a lot of kicks. I was focusing more in boxing because I was injured in my hips. So I was doing something simple just to keep going. Because with time, what you realize is this: the most difficult thing that you have to do is keep it going. Our lives, the problems that we face to work, to grow a family, to do everything that we do in our normal lives are hard enough for us to try to find something too much, too complex to do in your training. I'm not saying that you are not going to do complicated things. I'm just saying that each situation, each moment, in each moment, you are going to do that specifically thing. Complexity must to be earned. You know, it's something that you earn with time. If you train hard enough, long enough, then you are going to be able to do complex things. And this is good. But even then, when you are doing these things, you need to have simple trainings in your mind to do them. when you need. And if you want to start something new, then you need to respect the way that we evolve in things. Otherwise, you are going to quit. Simple as that. You need to understand that your mind needs to get used to this new activity that you are trying to do. For example, I am thinking about starting playing the piano. Very different thing for me right now. I know that I'm trying to commit myself with practicing half an hour per day every single day of the week. And I will keep in mind that I need to respect myself, respect the way that my brain is going to process this entire new activity and the way that it is going to deal with it. That is going to take time. Other day, the guy in the gym, he was trying to do a round kick, very high round kick. And he was asking me, "Oh, Fred, look at this. Look if I'm doing this right." And then he executed a kick. Then I looked and I told him, "Oh man, you need to adjust this, and that." And then I told him, "Adjust this, and that." And so he tried again. "Oh, Fred, look now." And then I look and tell him again, "Oh, my friend, you need to adjust this, and that." And then he tried again and he asked me again, "Fred, how about now?" And then I told him, "Oh man, no, you need to understand. You are not going to do this right now. You are going to do this right 6 months from now, 1 year from now." I'm not saying anything bad about you. This is just the natural process. This is just the way things are. I was not trying to diminish him or trying to say that he wasn't capable of doing it. He is perfectly capable of doing the kick and even other more difficult kicks. The problem is, it takes time. You need to deal with that. You need to understand that. And because you understand that, you are going to be able to deal with. Sometimes, the only thing that you have to do is not even believe in what you are doing what you are doing. What you need to do is just do what you need to do. For example, let's take this example of the guy who was trying to do the round kick. What he needs to do, let's think that to execute that kick for him was something very hard. What he needs to do, he doesn't need to believe that in one day he will be able. The only thing that he needs to do is to keep trying with intelligence. He needs to keep trying, try to find a way to progress in the movement, try to find a way to evolve in what he's doing. But he doesn't need to believe that he's capable. The only thing that he needs to do is to continue, to keep going. If you understand that, this is something very powerful. If you understand that, you are going to do lots and lots of things that may seem impossible for you right now. You know, when I started this channel here, I was doing it with a script. I was reading to talk to you guys. But my real will was to speak freely the way that I'm doing now. But it seemed to me that that was impossible. And then I came to this conclusion. Oh, I don't need to believe that I can do it. What I need to do is keep trying. And then I keep exercising my English every day. And now for uh, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or 1 month, something like that, I can do it without a script. It's not perfect yet, but it's an exercise. If I keep doing it every day, you see, today I am in a much better place than I was 1 month ago. 1 month ago, I wouldn't be able to speak the way that I am speaking right now. But I kept it simple. I just keep trying, exercising, speaking alone, speaking with ChatGPT, answering its questions, and trying to evolve my English. Now I know that if I'm able to do this 1 year, think about this. Let's think about this. Right now, my long videos are not getting much traction, much views. But this is not a problem. Think about if I'm able to keep doing this every day, like the way that I'm doing this every day. Every day, I film in the videos. I started with the channel in Portuguese because I'm Brazilian. I speak Portuguese with my first language. And now I'm filming the videos in Portuguese and also in English with the same content. But think about that. Think if I keep doing this for 1 more year, every day, every single day. If I keep doing this, I will be able to speak a much better English. It doesn't have to do with the views or anything. The only thing that I need to do, I don't need to believe that the channel is going to grow. The only thing that I need to do is to keep doing it. So the three insights again that we have here in this subject. The biggest barrier in training is not difficulty, is starting. So if you overcomplicate things, maybe you are not going to start what you are trying to do. Second thing is this: complex training has its place, but it needs to be earned. You need to have a solid base first. So, in the beginning, just simple. And the third one, simple sustains consistency. The complex training tests consistency. Think about that. Think the way that I told you about my hips. I was injured, and the simple training helps me to keep going. So, simple sustains you. Complex tests you. So you always need to have simple on your side. All right, my friend, this is all that I have for you today. Thank you all that are watching, and I see you in the next video.